Hello everyone, this is Joakim from Sabaton, and you are watching The Age of Metal. Take care and see you on the road.
A short man from Texas, a man of the wild, thrown into combat where bodies lie piled. Hides his emotions, his blood's running cold. Just like his victories, his story unfolds. Light, our white light, if there be any glory in war, let it rest on men like him. The scroll of Mexion, where no soldiers sleep and where hell shakes feet deep. The deathless wait, there's no debate. So charge and attack, going to hell and back.
Hello everyone, this is Miguel with the Age of Metal, and I'm here with none other than Joakim of Sabaton. How you doing, man?
Very good, thank you.
Very good. How has been the tours for Sabaton on this round, with Revamp and Ice Earth?
Actually, quite a lot better than I expected. I mean, usually on a tour like this with so many people, from different parts of the world, there's always bound to be one or two people you don't really like. Even though they're not assholes, there's always going to be one or two you don't really like to spend time with. But this is probably the first time I'm having fun with everyone on the tour.
Alright, Sabaton is coming up with a new album in pretty much 15 days, which it will be May 16, called Heroes. How do you describe Heroes compared with Carolus Rex?
Well, if you talk about the lyrics first, maybe then we're back in World War II history. We're not doing Swedish Empire on this album, and I'd say also that musically, it's maybe a bit more straight-on metal. Carolus Rex was a bit more to the symphonic epic side. This one does have some of that as well, but in general, I say it's more closely related to Art of War and Coat of Arms. Straight on.
Gotcha. Well, I mean, the album. Are you guys including any new songs on the set list on this tour, or just pretty much trying to keep it away from that until after the release?
We're doing one song actually called To Hell and Back. It's about an American soldier called Audie Murphy, and trust me, what that guy did was quite amazing actually.
Gotcha. Well, I mean, the album was once again produced by Peter Tägtgren at the Abyss Studios. How was the work with Peter Tägtgren this time around, knowing that you have three new members in the band and the idea of the album was different?
Actually, it went a lot faster. I mean, not to say anything negative about our old band members at all, but we were all the same guys that grew up and liked the same bands and drink a lot of beer together, and we kind of taught each other how to play along the road.
Okay.
So the recording process was way faster this time, and I'd like to say it's like a one-night stand. We did the first, Carlos Rex with Peter Hicker. It's a good one-night stand, but sometimes the morning sex when you wake up the day after is even better.
Yeah. Gotcha. What do you mean? Now, what was the most difficult thing at the time to record Heroes, and what was the most gratifying thing after the record of the album?
Actually, the toughest part was writing it, because I mean, with so many new band members, and not everybody knows that I'm the one who writes about all the music in the band, and I didn't want to let the new boys down. I mean, Chris and Tobbe obviously has been in the band for over 2 years now, but I didn't want to let them down, and it could easily be in a situation when the album is not good, and then people would say, yeah, Sabaton is over, or the new boys aren't really that good. So that was really tough. But when we actually started recording it, to see how well Chris, Tobbe, and Hannes, and how fast they recorded at that level, that was fantastic. I've never seen so many guitars being done in 4 days ever.
I hear that you have to put aside or I mean, throw away part of the album in November. How that happened? Why that happened?
Well, I did it because half of the album basically was good, but it wasn't fucking awesome. So that's why I at that point decided, it's not right if the Chris Tube and Hannes pay the price for me not writing good enough songs. So I actually worked until 3:30 in the morning on Christmas Eve.
Oh wow!
In the studio. That's how late the last songs came out.
Gotcha. Well, the new drummer of Sabaton is Hans Bandal, who used to be drummer of Evergrey. How he ended up in Sabaton, and how has been the experience of working with him so far?
So far, so good, I must say. We haven't done that many shows. I mean, we've probably done about 20 or 30 shows with him so far. But I mean, we've known him for ages. We've been playing with Evergrey in the European festival circuit like that before. And he's a really nice and sweet guy, so that was never a problem. And also he was doing drum tech for us when we had Snowy Shaw on the drums, and he did drum tech when we were touring with Maiden in Europe. Okay. So it was an easy decision. He already knows the band, he already knows the crew, and we weren't just thinking about him because he was already in Evergrey. So when we were talking, and Snowy said that have you found a replacement drummer yet? And we went, no, do you know anyone? And Hannes, well, I play the drums. But you're in Evergrey. No, they don't have any shows anymore. So, okay, wanna come? Sure. So it was quite easy, no searching or auditions or anything like that. It's just, okay, let's go.
That's freaking awesome. I mean, that's pretty practical for you guys. Sabaton play, the new album. The new album includes 3 cover songs. One of Metallica, From Whom the Bell Tolls, Battle Beast, Out of Control, which is one of the calls my attention the most, and one by a Swedish band. What was the reason to include these 3 covers? And actually, Battle Beast is a new band.
Yeah.
It's strange that a band of the caliber of Sabaton be covering a new band.
Yeah, but I think a cover doesn't have to be an old song. I think those days are way gone and over, and I really think Battle Beast is one of the better bands I've seen come up in many years. And we liked the song and wanted to do a cover of it, so we did it. And if that makes more people start listening to them, then we're happy about it, And then Metallica, that's an easy choice. It was basically it's my favorite Metallica song. It is the first song Per ever played live on bass, ever. And Hannes, I think the first song he learned on drums. Or something like that.
Interesting.
And the Raubtier song, En Hjältes Väg, that we did a cover of, that's actually our guitar player Tobe's previous band he was in. And the name of the song is En Hjältes Väg, and it's the way of the hero. Okay. So with an album called Heroes, we gotta end with a way of the hero.
Now, Sabaton played their first show ever in South America at the Beer Metal Open Air in...
No, we didn't actually.
You didn't?
No.
What happened with that?
That didn't happen at all, actually.
Oh, so you guys haven't been in South American soil yet?
No, we only been to Central America, Costa Rica and Mexico.
How has been the response for that?
Very good so far. Very, very good. It's very crazy crowds and I like that,
So you were surprised by the Central American, the Latin American crowds?
Yep, very positively surprised.
Gotcha. Well, this is a more interactive question. So I'm going to be naming each one of the songs of the new album, and you're going to tell me either an anecdote of that song or 3 things that first come to your mind.
Okay.
So we're going to start with Night Witches.
Old idea that we actually had planned since late 2009, early 2010, but we decided not to put on that album. So the song, the music wasn't written, but the topic has actually been in our mailbox since 2009.
Gotcha. No Bullets Fly.
Oh, the toughest song to get the lyrics to fit to, because it's an upbeat, nice song, and no matter, we had 50 or 60 heroes we wanted to sing about, and none of the stories fit. We usually can make it fit, but nothing fit, because it's such a lightweight, catchy song. So we actually had to go from scratch on that one and start over.
Smoking Snakes.
Oh, stereotypical Sabaton. If there ever was a Sabaton song that sounds Sabaton, that's the song.
That's the song. Inmate 4859.
I wrote that, probably not very well known. I wrote that together with Peter Tekken, actually.
Okay.
So it is, yes, by far the heaviest song on the album.
And actually, one of the most feel kind of for the story is very, very heavy, very emotional.
Yeah, I mean, the story, in a sense, I mean, it's about a Polish guy called Witold Pilecki, and when he hears about what's happening in Auschwitz, he reports this to the Polish exile government in the UK. They don't believe him, so he goes to Auschwitz voluntarily and makes sure he gets caught. Spent 2.5 years there, gathers evidence, and, you know, basically builds a resistance movement inside. And then he escapes and writes a report. They still don't believe him. So, crazy story.
Definitely. To Hell and Back.
Oh, that's the song we're actually playing live, and kind of a funny story with that one actually is I always had an idea that I wanted to mix spaghetti western and heavy metal, you know, the soundtrack to spaghetti western, the good, the bad, the ugly, for a few $1 more. And the rest of the band said, no, you're stupid, that can't be done. So I tell them, watch me. I did it!
The Ballad of Bull.
Well, it's not a surprise that's a ballad because, you know, it's called the Ballad of Bull. But it's, in that sense, I think one of the more emotional stories on the album on a personal level. Australian stretcher bearer that when everybody else is running, you know, from the battle, he walks up the hill and into the, you know, Japanese sniper fire and, you know, machine gun fire and carries 12 American soldiers down, one by one. So when everybody else is running, he goes into that and down with a soldier 12 times.
Wow. Wow, that's impressive. Resist and Bite.
Probably one of the most, what do you call it, live-ish songs we ever made. I mean, we didn't realize it until it was recorded, and then we thought everything about this song screams live. Yeah.
Gotcha. Soldier of 3 Armies.
Oh, interesting story. It's the first time I write music with somebody who's in the band Sabaton.
Okay.
I've been writing with other people from the outside. Mostly I write on my own, but then sometimes I write 1 or 2 songs with someone else. This is the first time I'm writing with a band member the music. I mean, the lyrics normally Per and I do together, but the music is written by me and Tube and the guitar player.
Interesting. Far from the Fame.
Ooh. Well, it's about a Czech fighter pilot who basically becomes an air marshal. He goes, you know, when Czech Republic is, basically taken over by the Nazis, even before the war started, he goes to France, and when they surrender, he goes to the UK, and he basically organizes whole squadrons of Czech fighter pilots from there.
Hearts of Iron.
Probably the most unexpected way to end. I mean, it's about heroes, this album, and this is about a German general.
Okay.
So it is a kind of a bittersweet end. It's about the Battle of Berlin, you know, the fall of the Third Reich, and he had the orders to strike down on the Soviets, of course. But he said basically that, my friends, this is not a, you know, battle what we're doing. This is a humanitarian operation. So they threw a spearhead and made a corridor into the heart of Berlin to the Elbe River and held the Soviets off, so civilians and soldiers of the 9th Army could escape through that corridor and actually surrender to the American troops who were on the other side of the river. Because if they surrendered to the Americans, they'd put down their weapons and, you know, be prisoners of war. If they surrender to the Soviets, they'll be raped and killed.
Gotcha. Well, that's pretty much wraps up what is Heroes, pretty much, right?
Yep.
All right. Finally, what is in storage for Sabaton for the rest of 2014?
Touring, and then some touring.
More touring?
Yeah. I think we got about 100 shows this year, something like that. We usually do somewhere between 100 and 140 shows every 12-month period, 250 days on the road. So I think we'll be actually be touring a lot on this album, and especially I'm looking forward to it because we are right now planning, you know, properly visiting, you know, places like South America where we haven't been before. So it'll probably be a bit longer before the next album is out than normal for us, but there's so many nice places we haven't played yet that we want to.
Gather round me,